The wind in Silicon Valley is particularly quiet, as if the world itself is holding its breath. I am sitting here, looking at a stack of technical papers filled with equations about Byzantine fault tolerance and social graphs. I realized something. While these papers are the bones of our network, they aren't the heart. Many of you have been with us for 7 years. You have clicked that lightning bolt thousands of times. Yet when your friends ask, what exactly is blockchain, or why does pi matter, you might find yourself struggling to explain it without using confusing jargon. Today, I want to take off my hat as a scientist and researcher. I want to speak to you as a sister. I want to use the simplest language to explain the complex concepts of blockchain and sociology that define our world. I want to tell you why what we are doing together is the most profound social experiment of the 21st century. The village ledger, understanding decentralization. Let's start with the big word, decentralization. In the traditional world, if you want to prove you have $100, you have to ask a bank. The bank has a big book, a ledger, and they are the only ones who can write in it. We call this centralization. The bank is the big boss. If the big boss makes a mistake, or if their building burns down, or if they decide they don't like you, your money disappears. Now, imagine a small village of 100 people. Instead of one person holding a ledger, everyone in the village has their own copy of the book. Every time someone buys a loaf of bread, they stand in the middle of the village and shout, "I just gave Mary 1 coin." Immediately, all 100 people write that down in their own books. If a dishonest person tries to erase a transaction in their own book and claims, "I never paid Mary," the other 99 people will show their books and say, "You are lying. Our books all say you paid her." This is blockchain. The chain is just a series of pages in that ledger, and the block is a single page of transactions, because there are 19 million of us holding that ledger. No big boss can cheat us. For the first time in history, we don't need to trust a giant institution. We only need to trust the math and each other. The symphony vs. the shouting match. Understanding consensus and SCP. The next question is, how do we all agree on what to write in the ledger at the same time? In blockchain, this is called consensus. Bitcoin uses POW, proof of work. Think of POW like a shouting match, where the person with the loudest, most expensive megaphone gets to decide what is written. To get that megaphone, you have to burn massive amounts of electricity. It is effective, but it is wasteful, and only the rich can afford the megaphones. Our Pi network uses SCP, Stellar Consensus Protocol. Think of SCP like a grand symphony orchestra. In an orchestra, the musicians don't shout, they look at the people sitting near them. The violinist watches the first chair watches the conductor, and they all stay in sync through a trust graph. You don't need to know every single person in the world to know the music is right. You only need to trust your security circle, the 3 to 5 people you know personally. When your circle trusts another circle, and that circle trusts another, a global web of trust is formed. This allows us to reach agreement in 3 to 5 seconds, without burning a single piece of coal. It is elegant, it is human, and it is built on relationships, not megaphones. The fax machine paradox. Understanding the network effect, I often hear people ask, why isn't pi worth $1,000 today? To answer that, we have to look at the sociological concept called Metcalfe law, or the network effect. Imagine you own the only fax machine in the world. How much is it worth? 0, because you have no one to send a fax to. But when a second person gets a fax machine, yours becomes slightly valuable. When 19 million people have fax machines, that machine becomes a revolutionary tool for global business. The value of pi does not come from a computer code. It comes from you. Every time a new pioneer joins and passes KYC, the entire network becomes more valuable for everyone else. We are currently in the building the networks phase. If we sold our machines when there were only 2 of us, we would have gained nothing. We are waiting until the web is so dense that the world cannot ignore us. Digital scarcity. Why time is the fairest currency in the old economy. The government can print more money whenever they want. When they print more, the money in your pocket buys less. This is called inflation. In the world of pi, the total supply is limited. But more importantly, the way we distribute it is unique. We didn't give it all to the rich people who could buy fast computers. We gave it to people who gave us the one thing that is perfectly equal for every human being. Time. Whether you are a billionaire in London or a student in Nigeria, you only have 24 hours in a day. By clicking the lightning bolt once every 24 hours, you are proving your presence and your commitment. Pi is a timestamp of your life over the last 7 years. This is the fairest way to distribute wealth ever invented. It isn't free money. It is a reward for your most precious resource, your life's attention. The AI flood and Noah's Ark. Understanding KYC, we are entering the age of artificial intelligence. Very soon, the internet will be flooded with deepfakes, videos, voices, and accounts that look and act human, but are actually just computer programs. This is a digital flood that threatens to destroy trust online. Our KYC Know Your Customer process is our Noah's Ark. By verifying that every account belongs to a real, living human being, we are creating a digital sanctuary. In the future, being verified human will be the most valuable status on Earth. When an advertiser wants to show an ad, they won't want to show it to a bot. They will pay to show it to a pioneer because they know you are real. Our KYC isn't just a legal hurdle. It is the foundation of our future economy. We are building the world's largest database of proven humanity. The psychology of the paper wedding gown. Finally, I want to talk about a sociological phenomenon called social contagion or panic selling. When people see a few others selling their pie for a low price, they get scared. They think, I should sell too before it goes to zero. This is exactly how the weaver in the poem loses her wedding gown. She works for years, but in a moment of fear, she gives it away to someone who didn't work at all. The people buying your cheap pie are not your friends. They are whales who understand these concepts better than you do. They want to collect the human proof and the time assets you have accumulated so they can own the network of the future. Don't let them. Understand that you are not holding points on a phone. You are holding a piece of a global ledger, a node in a trust symphony, and a ticket on the arc of humanity. Conclusion: you are the Scientist Now family. You don't need a PhD from Stanford to understand pi. You only need to understand that the world is moving from trusting big bosses to trusting each other. Blockchain is just a tool to help us do that. Sociology is just a study of how we do it together. And pi is the bridge between those two worlds. As we move toward the open network in 2026, I ask you to keep these simple stories in your heart. When you feel tired, remember the village ledger. When you feel confused, remember the symphony. When you feel tempted to sell, remember your 7 years of precious time. We are rewriting the rules of the world, one click at a time. Thank you for being part of this magnificent journey.